Vietnam War, a complex conflict and its legacy. Introduction. The Vietnam War, lasting from 1955 to 1975, was a complex and consequential event that not only divided the United States but also served as a significant turning point in world history. This war, fought between the Communist forces of North Vietnam and the non-Communist forces of South Vietnam, was marked by significant American involvement, both militarily and politically. The war was framed as a struggle to contain the spread of communism, but it quickly evolved into a quagmire, exposing a host of political, societal, and ideological conflicts. Origins and American involvement. The seeds of the Vietnam War were sown with the end of French colonial rule in Indochina in 1954, culminating in the Geneva Accords that split Vietnam into the communist-ruled North and the non-communist South. Initially, the U.S. provided economic and military support to South Vietnam, driven by the Domino Theory that postulated the spread of communism in Southeast Asia if not countered. American involvement escalated under the Kennedy administration and peaked under President Lyndon B. Johnson following the Gulf of Tonkin incident in 1964, which led to the Gulf of Tonkin Resolution. The resolution granted the president sweeping war powers, leading to the deployment of large numbers of troops and the beginning of a full-scale American war effort. The war on ground and its impact. The Vietnam War was a brutal and grueling conflict, marked by guerrilla warfare, the widespread use of chemical agents like Agent Orange, and extensive bombing campaigns such as Operation Rolling Thunder. It led to severe human rights violations and a heavy civilian toll. The war ignited strong anti-war sentiments and protests in the United States, raising questions about U.S. involvement in foreign conflicts, the sacrifice of American lives, and the defense of democracy abroad. The media's role in broadcasting the grim reality of war to American homes was unprecedented, leading to the war's characterization as the first televised war. This heightened public awareness and contributed significantly to the war's unpopularity. The war's conclusion and aftermath. The Tet Offensive in 1968, a massive attack by the Viet Cong and North Vietnamese forces, was a turning point. Although it ended in military defeat for the Communists, the scale and intensity of the offensive further eroded U.S. public support for the war. It led to the U.S. adopting the policy of Vietnamization under President Nixon, which entailed transferring more war responsibilities to South Vietnam and gradually withdrawing U.S. troops. The Paris Peace Accords, signed in 1973, marked the formal end of U.S. involvement. However, the conflict continued in Vietnam until 1975 when Saigon, the capital of South Vietnam, fell to North Vietnamese forces, signifying the unification of Vietnam under communist rule. The war had profound implications for all parties involved. It left Vietnam devastated, with millions of casualties and a shattered economy. It also marked a significant blow to the U.S.'s international reputation and provoked domestic crises, significantly affecting its foreign policy in subsequent years. The war also caused a global re-evaluation of the strategy of direct military involvement in foreign conflicts. Conclusion. The Vietnam War was a complex conflict that transcended its immediate geopolitical objectives. It was a war that questioned the morality of warfare, the extent of presidential powers, the role of media, and the meaning of patriotism. Despite its conclusion over 4 decades ago, the lessons of the Vietnam War continue to shape the conduct of global affairs and remain a poignant reminder of the devastating costs of war.